Hello, this is John Jenkins, and I have one question for you. How much would you like to pay to kickstart my first GoFundMe? And it's been basically a year since I did my first Kickstarter, and I got I got over a million views total uh, uh, because of that Kickstarter over all of my social media channels. I got over a million views. So this is my first GoFundMe, and the name of it is Competitive Game Design. And this is an idea that I've had since late last year. Basically, the idea is I want to have an esports league. This is for those of you who know the competitive war, the competitive StarCraft, competitive CS:GO, competitive Rainbow Six Siege, competitive No Man's Sky. I'm just, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Anyway, for those of you who know competitive esports, I was thinking, uh, what would be the ultimate esport? What would be the type of esports that I would watch? What would be the type of esports that would entertain me? And I thought of CGD, which is competitive game design. Now, how much do you like this idea? Okay, you have multiple teams of people, preferably one in each state, and they come together in a specific venue, home games and away games, and they come together with the purpose of making games competitively. Now, I want to have a time limit of 4 hours for each game to be made. And I know what you're thinking. How can you make a good game in 4 hours? Well, these aren't going to be Watch Dogs 2 type games. These are going to be smaller games, uh, you know, really small games, and but they'll be innovative because there's that competitive aspect before there's a competitive aspect to it. How do I make the best game in the least amount of time? You know, and this would really help the industry. Could you imagine an industry, a game design industry full of people who know their genre, know how to make a good game, and actually complete it on time? Could you imagine how much that would improve the game design industry? I mean, I joked earlier about No Man's Sky, and this was a game that the most hyped game in history, the most pre-ordered game in history, and the thing, you know, I thought it looked pretty decent, but most people are saying that it really underperformed based on the promises that were made. So wouldn't it be great if we had a generation of game designers who can make a good game on time within the genre? So that's what this sport is about. It's about teaching. It's about teaching people. It's about teaching people the the way to. It's about teaching people it's about competitively making games. I've already Googled competitive game design, and there's no other league like it. And j- just so you know that I'm being truthful, there is a website called Competitive Game Design, but it's not the same thing as what I'm talking about. That website is the design of competitive games. That website is about games like StarCraft, CS:GO. It's about those kind of games. my idea is the competitive. My idea is to design games competitively. That's my idea. So the acronym is CGD. It is an esports league. Ultimately, I want to expand into an entire industry, and uh, so I'm asking for, well, just consider how much you would like to be involved with this uh, uh, future of esports. This is the next iteration, the next high level, and I'm considering. I'm really considering using Adobe, particularly Photoshop and Animate. For those of you who are, for those of you who are old school, Animate used to be called Flash. That's that's what it was called when I bought it the first time. So I want to use like Photoshop. Photoshop is the the graphic design, game design staple, and then Flash. So these will be uh, 2D games or 2.5D games. Uh, so you can make 2.5D games in Flash, but they won't be full 3D games to start out. Eventually, I want to get a proprietary 3D engine, and I want to produce 3D games competitively. I want to give people a choice. They want to make a 2D game or 3D game, and so basically the teams will make the teams will choose a category. There's four categories. The first one is action. The second one is adventure. The third one is real-time strategy, and the fourth one I was thinking. Let's see. Oh yeah, the fourth one I was thinking competitive card game. Because I know Hearthstone was really killing it, and Plants vs Zombies Heroes was really popular, and so I was thinking action adventure, real time strategy. Real time strategy. Final Fantasy started out as a turn based strategy. Now they moved on to real time strategy. Uh, uh, what was that game? Uh, I believe there was an RTS version of Earth Defense Force. Yeah, there was an RTS version of Earth Defense Force that was popular. Um, so my favorite real time strategy game was uh, uh, Close Combat Battle of the Bulge. That was to me the best real time strategy because all of the units were unique and they were important. There were certain things that they could do that you couldn't do with anybody else. Like you had a sniper, that always worked alone. He could snipe from far distances, but he would always work alone. And then you had the mortar who could hit people across the map, but uh, was very weak in close quarters. Same thing for the sniper, and then you had uh, the scouts, and you had all these different tanks, artillery. You could call it airstrikes, you know, uh, all this other stuff, and I was also a big fan of uh, Command and Conquer Generals. I never played Red Alert, but I heard that it's really a really good game. But I was playing Command and Conquer Generals and Zero Hour, and I got really good at that game. But yeah, so to this date, I've only made one game before, and it was made in Flash or Animate. Since they changed the name of the program. So I probably will not be, on any of these teams. Uh, though I do have a sort of game design challenge that I'm gonna make for myself on Kickstarter. For those of you who are interested, uh, yeah. So let me know what you think and check it out. I put the link in the description to the GoFundMe. It is GoFundMe.com uh, // competitive game design, and competitive game design is hyphenated. Uh, yeah, so that's it. And have a nice day, and I'll check you out later. Bye.